We are going to get straight to that coronavirus emergency. Here's what we know right now. Take a look at this live heat map from Johns Hopkins. It shows worldwide cases topping 110,000 this morning, with at least 3,800 deaths.
Cases here in the U.S. increasing sharply over the weekend, more than doubling. There are now at least 563 cases here and 22 fatalities.
Also, Wall Street bracing for another rocky day. Global markets and oil prices plunging overnight. We will get to all of that with our Rebecca Jarvis in just a moment.
It has been a rocky night. We're going to begin with those 3,500 people still on the Grand Princess cruise ship off the coast of California. At least 21 have tested positive for the virus, as the State Department is now warning all Americans to stay off cruise ships. ABC's Matt Gutman is at the port of Oakland, where that ship is expected to dock today. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. And what you're going to see at this port, right where those cranes are behind me, is an unprecedented public health effort. And it began overnight with teams boarding the Grand Princess to begin the triage of those passengers. It will continue today with this complex choreography of offloading the 2,400 passengers in a way that doesn't expose them to more of the virus. Now, this is one of the reasons that the federal government is now basically begging Americans not to go on cruise ships.
This morning, that unprecedented warning from the State Department urging Americans to avoid taking cruise ships, especially people with underlying health concerns.
Right now, not wait until things get worse. Say no large crowds, no long trips, and above all, don't get on a cruise ship.
Over the weekend, the CDC had been tracking 4 additional cruise ships, all ordered to remain offshore, including the Regal Princess. Scheduled to dock in Port Everglades on Sunday, it was feared a handful of crew might have been exposed on a previous trip aboard the Grand Princess, but the cruise line says none of the crew on those ships have had symptoms. And now all but a single ship has been cleared by the CDC. This coming as 3,500 Grand Princess passengers and crew will be quarantined for 14 days in various facilities. The ship's 1,100 crew members will remain on board, 19 of them testing positive for the virus. Meanwhile, only 2 of the 2,400 passengers have tested positive. That group will disembark at the port of Oakland later today.
After docking, we will then begin a disembarkation process specified by authorities that is likely to take several days.
The most sick will be sent to hospitals, while others taken to military bases in California and Georgia. President Trump has said that he would prefer if none of the passengers aboard these cruises landed on U.S. soil. Did he mention any of that to you?
I had a private conversation with him, and he said everything that I could have hoped for. And every single thing he said, they followed through on.
On Sunday, hundreds of prescriptions delivered by boat, many going to the ship's more than 1,000 passengers over the age of 70, the most vulnerable cohort. And then, for the first time in 4 days, healthy passengers finally allowed out of their rooms.
The waiting's been the hardest part by far, and the inconvenience of possibly having to do another 2 weeks in isolation following this.
Still, patients wearing thin on board.
I kind of feel like we're floating around the drain, just waiting here to get the virus. We haven't been tested. We want to be tested properly, and we want to make sure that we're safe.
Now, the American passengers will do their quarantine bases here in California and as far away as Georgia. Now, remember, there are people from 54 countries aboard this ship. They're going to have to be taken home on chartered flights. Now, for so many, this 2-week quarantine is an unexpected addition to this voyage. Many people on the ship telling me they just want to go back home to their families, their dogs, and a normal routine. Guys.
All right, don't blame her for that. Thank you, Matt. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.